final thing, I know that the rumors are swirling this week about the transfer portal, Elliot, and understandably so. The portal window opens after that final spring practice. The trendy name out there, and I don't know if it got started by these fan pages on social media or what. The trendy name is Lincoln Kienholz, the Pierce, South Dakota native who's at Ohio State. At one time was committed to Washington and then flipped to the Buckeyes. He's buried on that deep in that deep room in Columbus. Do you anticipate Iowa making a move at quarterback? I know you said earlier that you think they should. Do you think they will?
I do think they will. Whether it's Kienholz, you said it's Kienholz, right? I've been saying Kienholz in my head this entire time. Kienholz, whether it's him or not, is yet to be seen. But I do think, for as frustrated as the fan base has been, Kirk Ferentz isn't dumb. I mean, you don't win all those games and actively be dumb. You got to see the writing on the wall. And whether or not he wanted to move on from his son, they have Tim Lester in the building, and you got to think Lester is advocating for a new quarterback too via the portal, right? He's seen what he's got now. He's seen the personnel. I just this is a situation where you can't actively not be shopping for quarterbacks. And yeah, I think they've got to bring somebody in. Whether it's should, would, could, they need to. Here's just that simple.
Here's what I want to see from Iowa as it relates to their approach at quarterback via the transfer portal here in a week and a half. I'm so burned out. And again, maybe I'm speaking on behalf of other fans as well. I'm so burned out on the trust that's been given to Brian and even to Kirk as it relates to the quarterback position. I just want Kirk to put his trust in Tim Lester. That's just what I even if Tim says, you know what, I like Deacon or I like Marco, or I mean, he's not going to say this, but I really like James Rezar, and I think he's going to come in and start as a true freshman. Let's go with the guy who understands quarterback play. Okay, let's just defer to him. So that's what I want. I'm not going to say whether I think Iowa should or shouldn't go to the portal at quarterback. My inclination is that they should. But what I want is for Kirk Ferentz to say to Tim, you make the call. And if somebody has to be put on the chopping block, that's all there is to it. And frankly, if Marco Lainez is buried by the time we hit 420 and they're going to the portal, he could enter the portal. I wouldn't be shocked if he enters the portal. This is his first spring, Elliot, but this is what guys are doing. Lincoln Kienholz, this is his first spring, and we're already hearing scuttlebutt that he may enter the portal. And that, by the way, is not from social media. That I can tell you that he is absolutely entertaining the portal. And why wouldn't he? He's buried with a really deep group in Columbus. So any other positions that we should be looking for specifically? Maybe a DB. I've heard some rumors, scuttlebutt about maybe some players at Iowa entering. Of course, they got to get back down to that 85 scholarship limit. But is there any position we should be looking for Iowa to be active in with that spring window?
Man, well, I almost can't even think of anything other than quarterback. The defense is so solid, and with the rising of John Nestor at corner, it makes me feel like there's less. They don't need to be as inclined to go get a DB like one might think otherwise. And of course, they got TJ Hall, who is a guy that saw some time as a freshman, didn't see much last year due to injury. So I think really that they go 4 deep at corner. I mean, maybe that's another situation where you've got a bevy of receivers, but you can always use more talent on the outside because Iowa has been so deficient there. Do I think that they spend all their energy on any other position other than quarterback? I really don't think they need to. I mean, if you can go get a left tackle, go get a left tackle, right? Because Caden Proctor, for his 20-minute session in Iowa City, was expected to step in and start right away for a reason. Mason Richmond has struggled. If you can move things around on that offensive line, if you can go get a left tackle that can contribute, you do it.
A big shout out to our sponsor, Iowa Floor Covering, and their Tough Core Click Together flooring. We've been touting that for a long, long time, but they'll get you covered for whatever project you have going on in your house. Maybe it's a carpet or tile shower project. Give them a call, 515-379-7000. That's 379-7000, or visit iowafloorcovering.com. Thank you to Iowa Floor Covering down in Bondurant.
So if you can go get somebody like that, like a backup from one of these big SEC schools that was a 4-star that just can't seem to get on the field at one of these programs, you go get them.
I would absolutely agree with you. I mean, and I know people frustrated by the Caden Proctor decision. They have every right to be frustrated by that. But you can be frustrated while also acknowledging that it is a blow. It's not just like, good riddance, we didn't need the guy. Like, no, it's a blow. Whether it's because of character or money or whatever, it's a blow. This kid is a 5-star kid. He's going to be playing in the league here in a couple of years. Now, as it relates to tackle in the portal, Iowa also has to be, I think, somewhat pointed because, look, they had Kirk Ferentz, who's an O-line guy. You had your OC is Brian, who is an O-line guy, plus your O-line coach and George Barnett. And they have missed on some guys like Dejon Parker. I know he dealt with injuries, but they got him in the portal last year, never panned out. You had the kid a few years back from Indiana, whose name escapes me. I think he got a cup of coffee in the league, but this was before you were on the beat. But anyways, during the COVID year, they've had players at that position via the portal that have not worked out. So you don't want to be wasting scholarships. They've got a lot of experienced guys. Whether that's good experience or not up front is yet to be seen. So Elliot Clough of Rivals and Go Iowa Awesome. Clough like rough and tough, people. All right. Clough like
you got it.
It's not Clow. All right. Right.
Nope.
It's not Clow.
Nope. Not Clo, not Clue. I've heard Clug. It's Clough. Rough and tough, baby.
Elliot, appreciate it. And you're on YouTube as well. You guys I've seen your stuff on YouTube, so check it out. And definitely you guys are doing great work over at Go Iowa Awesome. So appreciate your time, sir. And we'll see you on the 20th.
Yes, sir. Thanks, Corey.